and welcome to a new episode dedicated to matte lacquer panels. Why panels? Because people usually say cabinet fronts, but in this case these are MDF based parts coated with lacquer on top. They can be used both as cabinet fronts and as structural elements, for example in open shelving, or even entire shelving units made from these parts, so panels. An important note, today we are testing only one sample. This sample is from my working library and it represents a high-end matte lacquer panel. What's the logic behind that? First, the base is high-density MDF, the densest available on the market. The denser the base, the better it can be sanded, the smoother the surface becomes and the less primer it absorbs. Then multiple layers of primer are applied until we get a perfectly smooth surface. Only after that the paint is applied. The paint is Italian, Renner or Cyrilac, essentially similar in quality, and it's applied in a certain number of layers. If someone tells you the number of layers must always be fixed, like always 6 layers, that's pure marketing. Any production process involves optimization. The primer is basically white. If we want a color close to the shade, 3 or 4 layers may be enough. But if we want perfect color matching to a fun deck sample, like NCS or RAL, which are international color standards, and you choose a saturated bright color like orange, then you might need up to 7 layers to fully cover the white primer. That's just physics. A white base must be covered to achieve a rich color. To prove the high quality, I can turn on the lossy lamp and you'll see how well the surface is finished. There are some scratches. These parts have been handled. But overall, the coating quality is very high. So it will be interesting to see how it performs in this test. I've already marked everything, prepared the sample, and we can begin. And that's it for applying contaminants. I would definitely like to do comparative tests later. Take lacquer panels from different manufacturers in different price ranges. Because base materials, primers, paints and application methods differ significantly. And visually, it's not always clear why a low-cost front differs from a high-end one. So we'll get to that later. For now, I'll leave this to dry. We'll see if one day is enough, and then come back to clean the surface. Now we continue examining the matte lacquer surface. The stains are dry. The previous episode with 3 chipboard panels, this one with matte lacquer, and future episodes with natural oak veneer and phoenix fronts, they were all done in one batch. So I applied the stains to all of them on the same day. That means the same mistakes carried over. For example, I applied sunflower oil in 3 drops, and that turned out to be too much. All samples dried for 4 days, and the oil still didn't dry completely. Anyway, let's proceed with the method. I forgot to bring a melamine sponge and a regular sponge. Alright, let's start cleaning. While working on the previous chipboard episode, I realized that cleaning each stain separately is pointless. So I just take water and wipe like this. As we can see, everything cleaned easily, except the marker. Now dish soap. But nothing really changed, it already cleaned easily. Now sieve. By the way, this method applies consistent force, which is more accurate, and it prevents contaminating neighboring areas. Excellent, much better method. Because when I scrub each cell separately, the force is inconsistent. So far, the behavior is very similar to chipboard. Same situation again. Wine almost cleans off because it's a thin layer. But tea doesn't respond well to melamine. Ketchup, obvious, it's thick. Betadine, melamine struggles with it. Marker is interesting. Look at the difference compared to chipboard. There it cleaned quickly, but here it doesn't. I already don't want to keep rubbing it with melamine. It feels like it's not helping. Let's try the backup option, acetone. The marker is removed instantly, but there's a critical detail. Let's test it on a clean area. No, it doesn't dissolve the paint. At least this specific lacquer, Italian Lac or Renner, is chemically resistant. If it were damaging the coating, pigment would appear on the wipe, but there is none. Let me check more carefully. There is a slight effect. It feels like the wipe sticks, like it's trying to remove a paint. I don't see pigment. I can't sign it on camera, but I do see slight surface wear. So acetone does slowly affect this surface. Therefore, I don't recommend using it regularly. Better to use a dedicated marker cleaner, however, as an emergency option. For example, this T label. Since acetone works instantly, you can use it carefully. Minimal movement, no pressure, wipe gently, then immediately remove residue with a damp cloth. As a backup, acceptable. Right now I didn't damage the surface, but in areas where I rub it harder, I can already see microsurface changed. The texture starts to wear out, which can lead to long-term damage, so don't overuse it. I hope this episode was useful. At this stage I am building an internal table, not public yet, where I local test results for each material and each test. I am creating a scoring system. For stains, we have contaminants as columns, materials as rows, and a scoring system. If a stain is removed easily, 10 points. If difficult, 5 points. If impossible, 0 points. Chipboard panels cleaned all stains easily, 10 points each. Matte lacquer cleaned everything easily except marker. Marker is difficult with melamine, 5 points. Acetone works fast but is unsafe, still 5 points. There are also comments explaining cleaning methods. At the end, a ranking is formed. Chipboard slightly outperforms matte lacquer. But overall, all materials are quite resistant to staining. And that's actually a good thing. It means you don't have to worry about surfaces absorbing stains permanently. It's a very positive moment. Yes, for entertainment, it would be more dramatic if everything failed. But this is not a show. This is a knowledge base to help you choose materials. So this is a positive result. Thank you for watching. See you next time.